5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Open Space Conversations. This radio program is brought to you by Global Mission Fellows,
a community dedicated to amplifying the voices and stories of diverse communities around the world.
We will be diving into important social justice issues of our time, exploring the ways that they intersect with beliefs, science, technology, and the environment.
Aiming to open spaces to have conversations about critical issues that are shaping our world today and working toward solutions to create a more equitable and just world for all.
From climate change, education, gender justice, health, and food security. In this space, you're welcome. In this conversation, your voice is heard.
Tune in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Open Space Conversation, a program organized by Global Mission Fellows of the United Methodist Church, cohort 2025 to 2027. So we are so honored to continue creating this great space for meaningful dialogue. I'm so happy to be here today. This is our third program of the year, and we're so grateful to keep growing and for the privilege to know more about the current places of us and specific work we are all doing. I'm Nataly Monterrosa. I'm hosting alongside Hannah Reasoner from Encuentro Radio's office here in Bogota. So actually, I don't think I mentioned this before, but for those who are new to this program, I'm also a Global Mission Fellow, and I'm serving as CEPALC, the founder organization of Encuentro Radio. So I'm so happy to be here and another Tuesday. And Hannah, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Nataly. I was also a Global Mission Fellow many years ago, 2017 to 2019 cohort, serving here in the role that Nataly is currently doing. And then I continued on as a missionary, serving here in CEPALC and Encuentro Radio. And it's great to see, new generations of this program that was so meaningful to me and really changed my life in a whole different direction that I'm very thankful for. And so welcome to both of you. Our guests today, we have Seoli, also known as Stella, from South Korea, currently serving in Germany in the field of youth development and community-based youth ministry. And then we also have Ferdinand, originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo and serving in health work in a medical laboratory in Burundi. So welcome to both of you on this program, but also this journey as young adult missionaries. Now that you've had a few months to settle in to your work, we're glad to hear about what you're doing, about your experience, about your ministries. And I'd like to give the opportunity for each of you to kind of introduce yourselves, because you know you better than I do. And so I'll hand it off to Stella. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for welcoming me. My name is Seoli, and you can call me Stella, and I'm a Global Mission Fellow, currently serving in Germany, Frankfurt. I work in a community-based youth ministry, and where I support children and young people through mentoring, daily interaction, homework support, and community activities. I'm so happy to be here today. I thank God and thank all of you as well.
Thank you. So please, Ferdinand, you can introduce yourself too.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you so much. Greetings to you all. Hi, Anna. Hi, Nataly. Hi, Stella. Hi to all our online viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for joining our podcast. I'm Ferdinand Akoka, mostly known as Pastor, Reverend Ferdinand. I might become a pastor in the future, I'm a Global Mission Fellow on the Global Ministries of the United Methodist Church. I'm currently serving as a medical laboratory scientist technician at Cairo Hospital in Rutana in the Republic of Burundi. I'm responsible for conducting test experiments, analysis to support research, quality control, and product development that result in patient satisfaction. So in addition to that, my role requires attention to details, technical skills and also ability to work effectively. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nataly.
Thank you. So for those who may not be familiar with this program, Open Space Conversation has evolved over the years. It was born a few generations ago in this new season. It's being organized by our cohort, the 2025 to 2027. And this time we are exploring a more like a conversational interview format where our guests engage in dialogue and share their experiences in a more like a dynamic and an authentic way. So today's conversation is special because our guests are currently serving in two very meaningful fields that are youth and health. And we're so excited to learn more about their work and what are they doing, what's the impact and what they are making in their communities. So as you listen, feel free to stay connected with us by sending us comments, greetings through Encuentro Radio social media channels. And you can find us on Instagram as CEPALC underscore Encuentro Radio underscore radio. Oh, sorry.
Encuentro underscore radio.
Underscore radio, sorry. And on Facebook slash Encuentro Radio or via WhatsApp. Help me with the number.
Yes, so Encuentro Radio has a WhatsApp number. You can send us a greeting, a question, a comment, anything. You can write us at +57. That's the Colombian international code. So +57 302 521 2342. Again, that's +57 302 521 2342.
Perfect. So, Stella, it's great to have you with us here in this conversation. So, please go ahead and you can start with the interview.
Yeah. Hi, Ferdinand. It's really good to talk with you today. What time is it over there right now? Here in Germany it's now 4 p.m. and the weather is really good. How about you?
Everything is this side. Hi, Stella. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing really well, and this side is kind of cold and it's raining every day.
Great. I love to then start with these questions. You once shared that behind every diagnosis, there is a story. In the context of laboratory innovation, how do you ensure that the human story is not overshadowed by technical processes or data?
Oh, that's really good, Stella. Thank you so much for this wonderful question. You know that so in innovations, laboratory innovations, we'll be talking about artificial intelligence. We'll be talking about automated machines. Those are the machines that we usually use, like to make sure that things are being processed very faster and then in a limit time without having any delay. So, like talking about the automation, sometimes you might end up forgetting or overshadowing the human story, for sure. But we have got another technique that we usually use to make sure that the patient the patient story is heard or the patient story is being not overshadowed. So to begin with answering that question, I would like to take you into the lab, because whenever we are analyzing the patient samples, after getting the result, we can't release the result directly to the doctor, So we have to make sure that we have to analyze the result first before issuing the result outside of the lab. So what we usually do is we have got what you call clinical data or clinical information of the patient. Those are the critical things that we have to make sure that we are following, because we are dealing with the patient. Whenever we are getting the sample in the lab, it's like a human being in front of us that we don't know anything. So we have to analyze. After analyzing, we are getting the result, and then we have to make sure that we correlate the result with the patient history. Because if somebody has never fallen sick of diabetes mellitus, how are we going to just come up with diabetes mellitus diagnosis? We have to ask the patient, and we get the patient history. After that, we issue the result to the doctor. So by doing so, we have to make sure that the patient history is already putting forward and is not being overshadowed by the technical processes. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I really like what you said about sources giving meaning to numbers. That's a powerful perspective. Yeah, and you also mentioned the importance of understanding communities. And then how does communication shape the relationship between laboratory professionals and the communities they serve?
Oh, that is really good, Stella. It's a really good question. I'm just trying to invite our listeners to be careful into this one because most of things nowadays, they are being a little bit like not really done on time or in a proper manner due to barrier of communication, So whenever we've been sent to our POAs, we have been told to learn one or two languages, It's very important for communication. So getting back to your question, Stella, you asked about how does communication shape the relationship between the laboratory professional and the community they serve is a really critical question that we have to answer carefully. Because whenever we are talking about communication, Stella, we have to make sure that we put it in an effective manner. Because whenever we are just talking about communication without putting the word effectiveness of communication is really hard. So proper communication brings clarity, it brings transparency for the result to be trusted, and then at the same time, we have to make sure that we make it professional so that it can enhance the contribution between the lab professionals and the community they serve. Let me give you an example, Stella. We once did the malaria awareness campaign, so whereby we have to talk with the community. We have to tell them like, this is what we have observed in the lab. We are getting a lot of cases of malaria at the hospital. So we have to educate the community about using the malaria mosquito net so that they can prevent themselves from malaria and hand washing to prevent themselves from salmonella typhi, some other diseases, So making sure that we are communicating effectively, it helps us to make sure that things are moving smoothly and it brings clarity.
Yeah, that's a really important point. Thank you for sharing. And communication really helps build a trust between professionals and the communities they serve. Yeah, thank you. Then that also makes me think about young people in this field. And next, in laboratory innovation spaces, what role do young people play? Are they contributors, observers, or decision makers?
Okay, thank you so much, Stella, for this wonderful question again. I'm not that old, by the way, and I'm young, and I'm working in the lab. So you've already the answer before even answering to your question. So it's really important to make sure that young people they do constitute like almost 85% of the hospital or laboratory. They are the energetic group. And yesterday we might end up saying that the young people they were observers yesterday. But nowadays the young people they are now decision makers. They are no longer observers, but they are now contributing to what is being like focused as objectives, So they are the one now ruling, and they constitute the leading force and the key players in leadership in the main power of the organization. As a result, we have to know that young people were observers yesterday, but they are now decision makers. And I'm a young scientist who is working in the laboratory within an hospital. So I'm part of the contributors. And I'm telling you that young people are contributors. We are doing a lot.
That's really interesting. And I especially like what you said about young people already being leaders today. And building on that idea, I love to ask this too. Innovation can sometimes focus heavily on efficiency and accuracy. How do you ensure that youth voices remain part of these conversations?
Oh, so that's really good. Thank you so much. So let me just take you back 2 years back when I graduated at African University in Zimbabwe. What happened was like I was given 1 year internship to make sure that I have to integrate into the professionalism. So that 1 year, it was a really good period for me to integrate and also have to contribute effectively within the laboratory space, So sometimes, like, we might think that no, young people were not contributing whatever because they were being left out. So nowadays, what they did, we have to create a space whereby we create a room for young people, whereby their voice are being heard and also their contribution are being implemented. Because before there was an issue of seniority, because in most of labs, especially in my home country, DR Congo, you will find out that no, there were a lot of old people in the labs and in the hospital, because due to seniority, somebody who knows a lot, whatever. But now, young people, they are now trying to come and boost the group that are very energetic. So we have to make sure that no, we are creating a room for young people, and we are also mentoring them, and also making sure that they are part of the country, they are part of work. That's how it is. So we usually try to create a room for young people, and the contribution, we continue mentoring them, and also continue empowering them as well.
Oh, thank you for sharing, especially from your own experiences. It's inspiring to hear how mentorship and guidance can help young people contribute to innovations. And before we close, I'd love to ask one final question for our listeners today. How can they support your work and partner with you through the advance?
Wonderful question. We are in mission. We have been sent outside of our home country to go and work for the voiceless and also implement some other changes. To our all listeners, your support matters the most. I'm inviting you. There is no any small or big gifts before God. So I'm asking you, welcoming you all by trying to 387 or supporting the global campaign, and your contribution to our
I think, Ferdinand, your signal is cutting in and out, so we couldn't quite hear what your advance number is. At least on our side, the signal was a little bit choppy. Would you mind trying again, giving the advance number and this last bit that you were saying?
Okay, can you hear me properly now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. For our listeners, we are inviting you to come and support us by your prayers, by your ideas, share your experience with us. And also, if there is any financial donation, may you please try to donate to our advance number. My advance number is 33878, or you can follow our cohort page, Global Ministry 2025-2027. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and insights with us today. So, to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. We are going to a music segment right now, and we are listening to Waymaker, a very special song that reminds us to praise the Lord and to put our faith on Him, and He will make His way. So let's listen, and please stay with us. We'll be back in just a few moments with the second part of our open space conversation.
Moving in our midst, I worship you. It's who you are.
Welcome back. What a great song choice for this morning, or whatever time of day it is as you are tuning in. We have a special greeting from Bawana. She says, "Good morning, team. I am a Global Mission Fellow too. As my fellow friends giving podcasts, I wasn't able to continue in session thoroughly. I would be blessed to have recording of our sessions if possible. So we are trying to record the Google Meet, which hopefully you'll be able to see. But in addition to that, all of the programs here on Encuentro Radio, we record the audio, and they'll be posted in a few days on encuentroradio.com.co, and you can have the audio and listen to it like a podcast version if you can't join us live. So you're always welcome to connect in that way as well. And greetings to people all over the world, in Great Britain, in Liberia, in Togo, in Bolivia, in Honduras, in the US, who are connecting to the program. Welcome, everyone. You can also send your message, greeting, questions, comments to the WhatsApp number for the radio station here. That's +57 302 521 2342. And I also wanted to mention, since Ferdinand brought up the advance, for people who are listening who maybe don't know what that is the fundraising giving platform that the United Methodist Church uses. So you can find all of us missionaries on there and support mission programs by going to umcmission.org, and there'll be a big give now button, and you can select the option support an advanced project or a missionary, which will take you to another option to find a missionary, and you can put in either the giving number that we shared, or by typing in someone's name that you're looking for, and to be able to support their ministry and their mission project. And when you give to one missionary or Global Mission Fellow, you are helping to support this kind of work all over the world. You're supporting all of us. So thank you for the people who are able to support, who want to share, who want to include missionaries in their giving after hearing about some of this incredible work that young adults and missionaries of all ages are doing.
Yes. So I know we're all excited to know more about our current works and what are we doing, what's our field of work. And so now it's Ferdinand's turn to keep going with the interview. So please go ahead, Ferdinand.
That's really good. Thank you so much, Nataly. Thank you so much, Anna, for trying to enhance our fundraising team. Thank you much to our listeners who are here with us. So let me just try to chip into the other part of interview. Stella, are you okay?
Yes, I'm totally fine.
Hear me, Stella? That's really good. So, Stella, we want to do a little bit of a background check. May you please tell me about your work experience before joining the Global Mission Fellow? Before joining the program, you were up to something else. You were doing something here and there, So tell me a little bit about your work experience before joining the program, and also what kind of work experience did you had before, and what were you most passionate about?
That's a really meaningful question. Thank you for asking. Before joining the Global Mission Fellow programs, I worked mainly in education and church ministry. I served in children's ministry and also worked as an after-school kindergarten teacher. And at first, I thought my passion was simply about helping children, but over time, I realized it was more about creating space where young people feel safe enough to speak honestly their voices and grow with dignity.
Oh, that's really good. I really appreciate that part of children ministry. So why don't you want to become a pastor also like me? That's really good. Thank you so much for mentioning that. So, trying to work with children, whatever, you might be having something that motivated you, Stella. So, may you please tell me, how does that passion connect to what you're doing currently at your placement site?
Oh, that's a great follow-up question. Thank you. In my placement, I don't just organize activities, but I try to create spaces. Sometimes innovation is not about creating something new, but about changing who want to get to speak, and giving young people real spaces to contribute, not just participate, is something I care deeply about.
Oh, that's really good. So creating space for young children, whatever. So it's not really that easy, you know. Sometimes like we might end up whenever kids they don't have like they're not right whenever they're talking about with other people, you know. So I'm a little bit curious about what we've mentioned about kid creating space. So I want to ask like, how did you make children and youth voices heard at the hierarchy? And how did you maintain your integrity while working alongside with them? Because working with kids is not that easy. You might end up being in trouble, whatever. You have to follow some rules and regulations. So I'm a little bit curious to know, how did you make children and youth voices heard at the hierarchy? And how did you maintain your integrity while working alongside with them?
Oh, that's a very thoughtful question. Making youth voices hard is not always simple. Sometimes systems are already comfortable and not ready to change. And so I try to bring their ideas into step conversations and, when possible, create opportunities for them to speak for themselves. And at the same time, it's important to speak their voices. And at the same time, I maintain clear boundaries. And being supportive does not mean losing structure. Integrity for me means being consistent, transparent, and fair.
Wow, that's really good. Sometimes like you are saying that serving alongside with them, is not like leaving your integrity sometimes whatever, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Kids, they are getting like various education like from home, a church, and at school also. It's part of another school that we've created by creating space for them. So it's not that easy. You might end up like getting into conflict and other stuff, whatever. So therefore, I just want to find out like what are the mechanisms have you put in place to resolve conflict if they may arise. I'm not wishing you that no conflicts are gonna be there, no. But I'm just trying to find out like if they may arise, like what are the mechanisms did you put into place if conflicts arrive among the young people? And also what keeps you grounded, when conflict resolution is out of your control. You might be having your supervisors and other people. So I don't know what keeps you grounded, whenever the conflict resolution is out of your control.
Oh, that's a deep question, and honestly, an important one for this work. And when conflicts happen to me, I try to slow things down and really listen. Many of the young people who come to our space carry heavy stories, and sometimes their reactions come from pain rather than intention. And there was even a time when one young person stole my phone. It was difficult. Yeah, I lost my phone here. It was difficult and honestly painful experience for me. But at first I really mad, but instead of letting that moment define how I see them, I choose to forgive him. So not because it was easy, but because I believe they need something deeper than punishment. I think they need love and guidance. Yeah. So what keeps me grounded is, I think, prayer. I genuinely pray for them. I pray that they will encounter a love greater than mine, the love of God that restores and transforms.
Wow, that's really good. So I'm so sorry that your phone was stolen. Please forgive them, that's really good. So just by the look of things, you are a good listener. So you really listen effectively. So that's good. Thank you so much for sharing that. So my last question would be like, what type of support can people bring to your work? All our listeners, our partners and supporters, what kind of support can they bring to your work?
Thank you for asking that. It means a lot to share this. People can support my work through prayer and encouragement. I truly value those who pray for the young people we serve. And financial support through the advance also helps sustain the ministry. And my advance number is 302286. But I believe real support is also means caring about youth voices in your own communities and choosing compassion wherever you are. And
Oh, that's really good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Over to you, Nataly.
Over to you, Hannah.
Thank you both for sharing some insight into the work you're doing. And I see, even though you are both working in what seems like different fields, like in education or in medical work, there's a lot of overlap in the way that you're going about your work. So what I hear, kind of this common thread of dignity and humanity, of seeing the person, behind the statistics, of seeing the person, in the classroom or in that moment, acknowledging the struggles that they may be going through, acknowledging some of that hardship, trying to understand the person as a whole, which is something both in education. Sometimes it's a nuisance. There, this problem child. There's, the difficult children. And so taking that time and that grace to acknowledge, this is someone worth taking time for. This is someone who needs help, who needs some guidance, who's not just acting out because they're a bad kid, but like they're, understanding their heart. And then also in the medical field of, recognizing each patient has a story, has, their own hardship and their own life going on outside of that hospital, and being gracious in the way that both of you communicate with the people that you serve. I love those three pillars that Stella mentioned: consistent, transparent, and fair. And I think that's something that we can all take with us in our work, and that's important for everyone in their life, to be, consistently showing up and sticking to the work that you got to do. That's not always easy. Being transparent and being fair to everyone. So I want to thank both of you for sharing and for the work that you're doing, and that you can continue to do this work that is so important, and that's really recognizing that dignity and humanity in people, even people that are very different from you, that have very different backgrounds, but seeing how you're still really the same. I also wanted to say we have another greeting from another Global Mission Fellow from your cohort, from Cedric, a Global Mission Fellow serving in Togo, sending you warm greetings and appreciation for the amazing work you do. Keep spreading hope and joy wherever you go. Thank you, Cedric.
Thank you.
All the people who are tuning in from all over the world. You have a little bit of time left in our program to still send a greeting, a comment, a question, if you would like to. Again, the WhatsApp number for Encuentro Radio is +57 302 52 12342. And if there's no other comments at this moment, we can go to a song recognizing some of the heritage that we have on our call. And there was a request for the national anthem of DR Congo, remembering that we take, where we're from with us everywhere that we go. So we'll do a quick music break, and we'll be right back here on Open Space Conversations. Thank you. We are back here on Open Space Conversations. And I was thinking kind of along this, listening to this national anthem and this connection to your home, connection to your own culture, especially, which is really important when you are so far away, when you're in a different context. And what are some of the ways that both of you kind of stay connected to your home and to your culture and to your families, knowing that it can be really hard when you're far away and when you're in a different country? Do you have any things, any practices, any parts of your routine or things that you have in your home now that kind of keep you connected to where you're from? Oh, Ferdinand, can you unmute your mic?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry for that. I was muted. So some of the practices that I usually do is I have to make sure that I'm talking to my mom every day. So it's gonna be a little bit unusual if I say that out of 24 hours per day, I do speak with my mom 18 hours per day. So it's so shocking, by the way. So that's what I usually do. I have to make sure that I'm communicating with them consistently every day. I have to make sure that I have talked to my mom in the morning, at noon, and also at evening. So that's what I usually do.
And how about you, Stella?
The question is about
how you stay connected to your home culture while you're in a different country.
Yeah, my mom and father always call every day, and actually our time difference is 8 hours. They are faster than Germany, so actually if they call me, then I was sleeping, so it's really a little bit difficult, but I try to connect with them continually. And every Monday morning I enjoyed the Korean prayer by online meetings, so I try to keep contacting and praying for Korea and Germany and all around the world.
Those are great ways to stay connected. I too have my, not every day, not quite every day. I've been here for a long time, but every week I'll call my parents and my grandmother on like a WhatsApp video chat. And my grandmother is always so excited. She's like, I can't believe you're in a different country and I can see you and we can talk to each other. My grandma's in her 90s. So, she saw this technological advance throughout her life. So it's great that we can stay connected that way. And then for me, I'd say also cooking. Especially around December, end of the year, I'm baking a lot of Christmas cookies, which is not something that's really part of the Colombian culture, but is kind of my way when I'm feeling homesick, baking cookies and probably bringing them into the office or wherever I go to share with people.
I think we all miss our home country's food, right?
Yeah.
Because in my case, it's the same. So I miss a lot pupusas. Pupusas is our national dish in El Salvador. So I'm always looking the new ways to get pupusas here or trying to cook them. Yeah. Try to cook them for myself, but I know it's difficult. And how about you? Do you have cooked your food in your place of assignment?
Honestly,
yeah.
Okay, when it comes to food, like I'm not fan of food, by the way. So whenever they talk about food, I usually just prefer to keep quiet. So whatever is on the table, I usually take it up.
Okay, what about you, Stella? Can you find some Korean food there?
Actually, I don't enjoy Korean food at Korea. So I usually go to McDonald's or someone else in Korea.
Okay.
Well, and now you all have time to learn some of the dishes in the place that you are serving. And then when you go back home, also really great to be able to share some of those new recipes and new cultures with your friends and family. So I'll leave you with a little homework assignment. Learn at least one recipe from the country that you're serving in.
I want to learn how to cook empanadas from here, from Colombia. Yeah. So we want to say a big thank you to our two guests, Stella and Ferdinand, for being with us today and for sharing your story so openly. We truly appreciate your time and your willingness to be part of this conversation. So please, if you want to share some words before we finish, you can share it with us. This is your time.
It's okay. Thank you so much. Let me order ladies. Ladies first. Stella, you can start.
Okay, then. Today, as I participated in this radio program, actually, I felt really grateful. But at first, I was little or or much nervous, but as the conversation continues with Bud, I felt more comfortable and encouraged for your welcoming vibes. So it was meaningful to hear different perspectives and share this moment together. So I really want to say thank you for all your guys, and thank you all for listening. Thank you.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good, Stella. And we thank you for also that, and thank you also for coming. So thank you, Nataly. Thank you, Anna. You guys you are doing a very incredible job. So it's really good. So I really appreciate that. And where I am is a little bit far, and also even the connection sometimes is a little bit up and down. So, but I managed to make sure that no things are okay, and then try to join. So it was really a good opportunity for me to share my experience also. And when I shared my posts, and most of people, because I don't post, so it was my first time to post after six years. I'm telling you, after 6 years. So I did my undergrad without posting. So when I posted today, they were like, "Where's this guy coming from?" So it was really good. I really appreciate. So I will appreciate to continue also contributing also to the development of the radio. So you are really doing a good job. So to our listeners who are here with us, I really thank you everyone for coming aside to hear to our stories. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you both for joining. It was great to meet you, to hear about your work. And I wish you, the best of luck and many blessings as you continue this work and this journey as Global Mission Fellows. And thank you again to everyone from around the world who is tuning in and sending messages. It's great to feel that support and that love coming from all over the place.
Yes. So thank you, our listeners and our friends all over the world. And remember, you can join us every 2 weeks on Tuesdays from 10 to 11 a.m. It's Colombian time on encuentroradio.com.co and also through the TuneIn app. And we are so excited to continue with these conversations with you and to keep growing this community together. So until our next episode, take care, stay connected, and we'll see you very soon. We'll have in one more song. So goodbye for now. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.